Good morning, YouTubes. How is everyone today? 250 RS, thing of beauty. As you can see, it is snowing in not so sunny Kent. I was going to go for a spin on the RS, and the reason I was going to go for a spin was to celebrate, if that's the right word, 100 subscribers on my little channel. So if you're one of the 100, I think it's about 102 now, subscribers, then thank you very much. It is appreciated. The channel was never made for anybody really but family and friends, just to look at the stupid things I get up to. So if you enjoy it, then thanks a lot. So today what I'm probably going to do is someone commented recently, can't remember who it was, that my wiring for my phone, my super cheap phone mount, is a bit crap. And you know what, they are 100% right. So I'm going to this was, it's mucky, this was an old adapter that I had that I used to use on the work bike when I was riding every day to keep my phones and stuff charged up. So I have got another USB charger. So while the weather's a bit shite, I'm probably going to pull the tank off and wire a new mount in, and I think I've got an adapter to fit it on the bars, so I'll probably do that. So very boring, I'm afraid, but yeah, this was really just to say thank you to everybody. So I'm going to chuck a charger on, see how we get on. If the weather improves, then I may well take the bike out. I've got my heated kit, so I might pop out for a bit of a spin and see how we get on. Right, catch you in a couple of minutes. Alright then, no idea if that time-lapse business worked, but here's the battery. So that's previously where you can see a fuse there, so that's where I used to have the power output, which was obviously fused. Positive and negative goes down to the USB sockets, which are obviously a bit mucky and grubby, and then that fed up to the handlebars. So the plan is to replace this. It did get, I mean, obviously it's been submerged underwater. If you saw my Green Lane disaster video a little while back, this was underwater, so it's probably got a bit of corrosion in it, which is why it's only charging at a slow rate, I would guess. So I've got a new one. I'm going to plug that in, rewire it properly. I might give the frame a bit of rust treatment. I did buy some Hammerite rust treatment, so I might do that. Might do that prior to wiring it, so it gets a chance to sit into it and I can wipe it off, you know, wipe the excess off, and let's see how we get on. Right, let's grab the other bits out. Right, what I've got and what I've just dug out is a charging lead that I bought. I did buy it a while back. I couldn't tell you how many watts it kicks out, but it's a double USB socket. Comes in a bracket. The bracket's a bit shite actually. It's like got some tape to go around handlebars, and it does, bear with me, it does clip off from this rather cheap crappy holder. And I use this on the multi-strider because it's a DIN socket, which is the smaller, I suppose you call it a cigarette lighter socket. It's not quite, is it? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, find somewhere to mount that on the RS, and then wire it direct to the battery. It doesn't really need to be fused, to be fair. I probably could chuck a fuse in it, that would be the best option, but I probably won't. Let's see what the wiring's like when I cut that end off, when I get the length right. Alright, very quick one. Mount it to the handlebar. I did have my little additional GoPro mount here for the camera, but as I've recalled pretty much everything for my helmet, I took that off. So that's the case, and obviously I've put the case that way up so that when I've got the plugs in, that does give it maybe a little bit of shelter from the rain. You never know, might make a difference. And let's just clip to the handlebar and then that will run along the spine of the frame towards the tank. And I'll make sure obviously there's enough flex there to allow the bars to turn. Now it is still snowing. My wife came out about a minute ago and saw me fettling the bike and went, "You're not going out in this weather, are you?" And obviously I went, no, of course not. However, she's going into town in a little bit, so she won't be here when this is finished and I put my kit on and fire the trusty rusty thing of beauty that is the RS up and go for a bit of a play in the snow. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? I think it started laying on the roof. So, right, I better get this done super quick then. I don't want to miss this lovely weather. Speak soon. Right, just about wired in. What I was going to show you very quickly was, I hope this focuses. If I put my hand behind, hopefully it will. I started using these on stuff that's not really critical. I've started using these sort of heat shrink solder connectors. You get them off of eBay or Amazon in a packet, and you can see that basically you've got solder in the center. The greeny yellow bits you can see on there are glue, and they as you heat them, the glue sets to the cabling, the wiring, and it holds it in place, and then the whole outer sheath shrinks and the solder melts. And I've had good success with these. I wouldn't use them on anything, you know, that's sort of too critical, you know, CDI wiring or anything like that. I'd always hardwire that in properly, but everything else works. Another top tip as well, buy proper tools. These Nipex side cutters, they will cut through anything. Most of the tools I've got are decent tools, and I know they're expensive, and you know, sometimes you are lucky to be able to buy stuff like that, but they will last you a lifetime, and they will get you out of trouble, especially sockets and spanners when you've got a seized nut and bolt and your cheap spanners are slipping and just making it worse. So yeah, these work with just a little bit of heat. If I can demonstrate the old trusty heat gun. Hold today. There we go. And that's the joint. All done. I will just do that other end a little bit, but you can see the solder's melted, and that's that done. Hopefully you can see that, because I don't know what the focus is like on these. That probably hasn't focused, but gives you an idea. I was going to do the other one, but I need two hands so I can pull it away from the motor a bit. I don't want to overheat anything there, so I'll get those done. Get them wired to the battery. The loom there is just my heated kit. I have still left that quite long, and it is at a point where if it does pull, it will just pull through there, so it doesn't damage anything. Cable ties as well. Get a Stanley blade and cut them off flush. There's nothing worse than poking your hands under a tank or somewhere where you can't see and slicing yourself on a cable tie that's been cut off with a pair of side cutters. So I always cut these off flush. You know, personal choice, but I prefer to do it that way. Right, let's get it wired to the battery. That's Alive in the Earth connected. I did cheat and I pinched the connectors off of the old loom. I've got some in a box, but I thought that's going to go in the bin, so I like to recycle. If you can see that focused. So let's get those on the battery. Get the bike back together. I did notice my fuel line, if you can see through there, my fuel line is a bit crap. I'm going to try and find some line to replace that. I have got some, so I'll be doing that before I go for a spin. And it is still snowing, lovely, and it is starting to lay on the roof. So let's see how we go. Right, we're finished. Tank's back on, side panels are back on. My heated kit wire now just comes over there. It is nice and loose, but obviously I want a decent bit of length. I'm not going to tuck it away because it's winter. I'm going to be using it every day. However, I have just put a short, decent, this is a GoPro lead. I've put that onto the new charging socket and it is kicking out lovely fast charge, because I did notice with the old one the battery was still running down if I was using sat nav. So that's all done. Just a quick thing, obviously I'm lucky enough to have some nice power tools, the old Milwaukee brushless buzz gun. Now if the time lapse works, you just see me buzzing off the seat and the tank with that. Now I don't do stuff back up with it, because on a bike it would probably strip it. On a car, happy days, you know, suspension parts, I'll whack them up all day with these before I torque them up. You have got an adjuster down the bottom there which you can set the level for torque. Can't remember what it is offhand, but yeah, not for a bike. I'm not going to use that to buzz up stuff like the seat bolt and the tank bolt. So when I put them back on, out comes the trusty ratchet and socket. So the weather, quick update. It is, as you can see, snowing and it is settling. So that only means one thing really on a cold crappy day like this. That means I chuck my heated kit on. Poor Multistrada has been relegated to a clothing rack. How bad is that, eh? My lovely Ducati relegated to a clothing rack while I spank about on a 43-year-old 250 single Honda. Right, 100 subscribers, what a way to celebrate than a cheeky little ride in the snow. Catch you in a minute. I thought I'd do a very quick video of what I'm going to wear while I'm out on the log burner. Lovely. So we have keys, however you want to say it, socks, trousers and jacket, Daytona boots, expensive but they last forever, and then Hideout textiles. So the light's a bit crap in here. Hideout textiles. So that is my winter riding kit. Let's get it all on and let's go for a spin while it's still snowing. Hello everybody. Winter's ride. By the time I finished fitting this stuff to the bike and got kitted up, I just noticed the time. It's starting to get a bit late, but I'm out there riding. I'm using the old TomTom Go Ride. It says I'm going to get back home at 20 past 4. I've not ridden the trusty rusty thing of Beauty RS at night yet, and obviously, well, it won't be night, but it will be dark. It'll be dark in the UK, it's January. So I have to see what the old 35 watt headlight is like. Probably not very bright. Oh, where are we going? We are turning right. Yeah, so Go Ride. I did mention it in my last video, Gill Lane. No, never been down here. I set it for a 30-mile route, and I set it to travel south. I thought, why not? Let's go south. So I put a random route in, twisty, and let's see where it takes me. But yeah, again, there's still a little bit of snow at the sides here. It was 0 when I left home. The outside thermometer was bang on 0, so it is chilly. So I've got my gloves on max, I've got my jacket on medium, and I've got the trousers on low. The socks plug into the trousers, and the socks basically, I guess they're whatever power the trousers are, because you switch the trousers on, the socks warm up, they never get too hot. But I'm toasty. The only thing I would say though is heated kit is superb, without a shadow of a doubt. It is superb. It's expensive, but it is a well worthy investment if you're going to ride in the winter, because it's a game changer. You know, you actually stay warm and it makes such a difference. You know, you can control the bike, your fingers move, all that sort of stuff. But the RS doesn't have heated grips, so your palms, they're not cold, because my hands are still warm, don't get me wrong, they're not cold, but you are aware that you are holding on to rubber which isn't being warmed like heated grips would be. So combine heated kit with heated grips and handlebar muffs, a shroud or whatever, and you are super toasty, especially with a bit more of a fairing. I mean, this fairing does the job, keeps the wind off of me. but it's not, you know, it's not a big screen. Hey, it's not like the big old fairing that was on this when I bought it, which I still will put on at some point. Oh, yeah, that was lovely. Alright, so yeah, little ride, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that watches this stuff. 100 subscribers, who would have ever thought that? Not in a million years would I have imagined that 100, well over 100 now, 102 people would want to watch my random wafflings. I know some of them have obviously joined because they thought I was going to be doing diesel heater videos, of which in the last 2 weeks, something like 4,500 views. What is all that about? Hey, 4,500 views of people watching me fit a diesel heater to my wife's office. But there you go. Hey, hopefully they found it useful, which is the main thing, isn't it? You know, people post stuff on YouTube to make it easier for other people to do other things. I've used YouTube more times than I can remember for if I'm doing something on the car or a bike or whatever that I haven't done before. I'll always have a quick look on YouTube and just see who has done it before, and normally as soon as you start watching the videos you get an idea of their technical ability, but 9 times out of 10 they know what they're talking about. There is the odd person that you watch and you think, fucking hell mate, what the hell are you doing? And that's when the internet becomes a dangerous place. But most of the time, everything you see, or let's say not everything, most of the time what you see is pretty good. Is that snow? Yeah, a little bit of snow on the roof there. There's a bit more snow at the side of the roads. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you everybody for watching. It really is appreciated. It's nice to know that there are other like-minded people that enjoy this sort of stuff, because that's what I do. I watch this sort of stuff. You know, when I'm at home I watch random old geezers talking shite on bikes, generally old bikes, because that's what I like, and it is nice. You know, the funny thing I just thought about, it's the funny thing about me riding this in the weather is, when I left home and got on one of the main roads, there was a bloke next to me in the car looking across, and he did that old fucking hell you're brave mate, probably thinking, oh poor fella, all he's got to rattle around on his a knackered old motorbike. Little does he know that this is actually my choice. You know, what better thing to do in the depths of winter when it's snowing than to jump on an old nail and go for a bit of a spank around the lanes talking shite. It's what I enjoy. It's my little bit of therapy. And I'm going off on a tangent there, but yeah, thank you everybody, it really is appreciated. I might chuck this back on when it gets dark, because you can see how appalling this headlight is, because I've got a feeling it is really bad, and I didn't bring anything with me to adjust it. Although having said that, I might have a Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, I've got a Phillips screwdriver in the toolkit. I bet it's a little Phillips underneath the headlamp rim to adjust it up and down, so I might be able to do that if I could be asked to stop, that is. But yeah, thank you everybody. Have a great new year. I know we're well into the new year now, but have a great new year, and I hope you enjoy my further ramblings. If you've got any questions on heated kit or anything like that, then just chuck them in the comments, because I've used this stuff for many years and many tens of thousands of miles. Probably, oh blimey, I don't even know how many miles in the winter over the last few years, 60,000-70,000 miles. So I have got a good idea of what it's like. I've not just chucked a bit of heated kit on and ridden down the road for a couple of hours. So if you've got any questions, chuck them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. In the meantime, I want to go for a spin out over the marsh and enjoy, I was going to say enjoy this weather. I can enjoy it because I'm warm. It wouldn't be very enjoyable if I was freezing cold. But thanks YouTubes, really is appreciated, and I'll catch you all soon in the next episode of RSing About. Unless of course I do the usual thing, because you know I don't edit these videos, I just join together whatever I've waffled on about. So I'm saying goodbye now, and in the next clip in a few seconds you might see me riding through pitch blackness, peering into, you know, the distance of 35 candle powers of headlight. So you never know, but if I don't, cheers. If I do, I'll see you in a minute. Cheers, YouTubes. Bye. Getting dark, I couldn't resist just pulling up and sticking the old camera on Frostland Lane, because it certainly is frosty. The temperature has definitely dropped. I had to put my trousers up to medium setting. Jacket's on medium, gloves are on max, but trousers are now on medium setting. But I am toasty, so life is good. Right, as usual, I always add some extra bit of bollocks crap on the end of these, don't I? So I'll say my goodbyes again. I'm due home in 15 minutes roughly, and I don't video when I get home because obviously that's my house. So I don't think it's going to be dark enough for you to really see what the headlight's like. I don't know how this GoPro works in the dark, whether it's any good or not, but I mean, I can see that the headlight is making a difference on the ground, so it is getting dark enough for that. So YouTubes, thank you for watching this tripe. It is very much appreciated. It has been a chilly ride out, but very enjoyable, just to blow a few of the cobwebs away and just to enjoy life and enjoy spinning out on the RS on this day. So stay safe, keep it sunny side up if you are riding in the winter, and I'll catch you for the next episode of RSing About. Take care everyone.